What's up, guys? This is Quin. I'm a Forbes accredited marketer and global keynote speaker. And this is the Hustle Inspires Hustle podcast. We are a self-development and entrepreneurship community for go-getters to organize their life and business. Get ready to gain knowledge from top-level entrepreneurs and world-class business leaders and be one step closer to becoming the ultimate entrepreneur. Before we start this episode, how would you feel if I told you that you could change your whole business process around with just $20? Keep on listening to the episode to find out how. The Hustle Inspires Hustle podcast teamed up with ManyChat as the official podcast partner for this year's Conversations 2019 in Austin, Texas. We hope you enjoyed the value from these episodes and let us know what you think. What is up, guys? This is Quin, and you're listening to the Hustle Inspires Hustle podcast live from Conversations 2019 in Austin, Texas. And right now I'm joined by Natasha Takahashi. Very excited to have you on. We had a conversation about this before the podcast, and we have a lot of things in common, which I think is going to be great for us to be able to talk to our audience about. You're an agency owner. You're a 21-year-old agency owner, totally killing the game right now. It falls in line with a lot of our entrepreneurs who are listening to this. So I want to let them know what's up. Let them know a little bit more about you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks for having me. I'm excited too because I feel like, before this we were talking for 10 minutes and there's so many different things we have in common. I was like, yes, this is going to be a good episode.
Yeah, for
We're going to vibe. So a little bit about me. I spend about 50% of my time running my agency, Ineffable Marketing, where we do specifically just chatbot marketing. So mainly using the ManyChat platform and some other tools for Facebook Messenger bots at the moment. That's the main platform that we focus on for information product companies like Matthew Hussey, Mind Valley, Social Media Examiner, Digital Marketer. And then the other 50% of my time is spent educating as many people as I can on this stuff. So we take everything that we learn at our agency from not only running the business and the agency itself, which is a lot to learn about, obviously, as you know, being an agency owner, how to do it the right way so you don't stress yourself out and want to kill yourself. But then also the messenger marketing strategies and how to work with clients on integrating this into their business, since it's a totally new channel, but also can fit really, really well into what they're already doing with their marketing. And
so I know you run into this. Your agency strictly concentrates on messenger marketing, right? It's huge market, huge improving in click-through rates, open rates from emails, text messages. They're all important, right? They should all be used, but a lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people, this is still very new to a lot of people. I'm sure you run into it a lot where you say, hey, I do messenger marketing. Oh, I want to bring this to your business. And a lot of people probably very confused. What is that? How is that going to benefit me? I'm guessing you guys really try to qualify your customers and you guys really try to make sure that they fit the right client traits in order for you to be able to work with them, or they're not really going to understand how it is that they could benefit from this. Since you're listening to this episode, I want to make sure that you save my phone number so I could let you know about new podcast episodes or networking events going on in your area. Go to my Instagram, Quin, AlexQuin, and hit the contact button and then text me.
Yeah, 100%. And this was the biggest issue we had in the beginning because it was brand spanking new that no one knew. Now it's been, 3-ish years, a little bit over 3 years, that people have at least seen case studies in their industry, or, they look up chatbots and ManyChat comes up and, case studies from Facebook. So now it's a very different space than what it was. But at the beginning, I will say that, I got on so many different sales calls where people had no idea what I was talking about. They thought it was live chat, or like an annoying bot on Instagram.
Yeah.
There's a lot of misconception. But now I think that we're really at the perfect time to help businesses understand what this is, because there's examples pretty much in every industry that you can look up. And so for us at this point, we're very specific about who we work with at this point, that we specifically help information product companies implement this into their business. They're usually spending at least $150,000 a month on ads, usually a lot more. Most of our clients spend millions of dollars a month on their ads, and they already know what bots are. They actually usually have a chatbot, which is what we were kind of talking about before, right? So there's a lot of businesses that have found out about chatbots, they heard about it, they got hyped up on it, they try to connect to ManyChat, and then they just kind of forget about it because they have way too much going on.
And it takes it's not an easy thing. It's it's something that anybody could do as long as they apply their time into it. But it's something that is just you have to spend time doing it. You have to baby it. You have to grow. It's like you're teaching a digital human how to interact with your people. Like you gotta nurture it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of like your own little employee that works 24/7 for you. So that's
it's like analogy. One employee that does the work of hundreds.
It's pretty crazy to think about the fact that it's possible to have one-to-one conversations at scale, and that just wasn't possible, honestly, before platforms like ManyChat were available. So it definitely takes a little bit of mindset shifting for, a traditional business owner who's not in the digital space to understand what this is and what this means for them, because, again, they're just going to think that they have to use their own resources or that they have to spend, or burden themselves with so much time understanding this whole new thing, before they can actually implement this. So that's why I think the people at Conversations, where we are right now, really have the potential to help so many businesses with their skills, because they're spending like all day learning about this stuff, and they're applying all of this. And quite frankly, a lot of them have a hard time getting clients as well, simply because they are having difficulty getting over the hurdle that, what is this thing? What can it do for my business, etc.
But, very important that you're mentioning that, but you also mentioned right when we started that you spend 50% of your time educating, which is you have a course, you have a program that you put students through. So that's great. One of our mentors and the people that we work with closely, his name is Jeremy Haynes. He has several courses, and what he does with a lot of his clients is he's able to show them the knowledge that he has, show them a taste of what they could get, and then it makes it easier for them to know what to do moving forward, and for it to be an easier relationship. Because there's nothing harder in this world than being a marketer trying to market for a company using your skills, and that company not understanding what you're trying to do for them, and they keep getting in their own way and your own way. So as long as they're well educated what you're doing and you have the skills which you have the formula for success.
Yeah, 100%. And actually, Jeremy's a good person to bring up, because I actually just found out about him a few months ago. My co-founder has been following him closely, I think, for the last year or 6 months. But he showed me, all these different things that he does, like the cold video pitch, for example. And it was really interesting. So we have I think we have all of his courses at this point. And I've gone through some of them. And I watched his chatbot one, and it was really interesting to see how he portrayed it, right? Yeah, in the DMM, in the digital marketing manuscript, to see how he went into the flow builder and he showed all these different things. And then watch some of his other ones, and that was interesting because we did that a lot at the beginning. We don't do it as much right now just because we're not prospecting as much at the moment, because we try to keep to a really small amount of clients that we can really help and hyper focus on. But yeah, at the beginning we did that, but we did in the totally opposite way. Now we've really honed that to where we actually do have our own thing that we call the chatbot value video. That's very different from the cold video pitch in the way that he kind of structures it and whatnot, but it has performed really well for us. And it was kind of cool to be oh wow, that's awesome to see what he does, what he preaches, and how he's a leader for especially the audience that we're talking to right now.
Yeah, we recently had him on the podcast. We're going to be dropping an episode soon, and actually his head of sales is here, Leo.
Nice.
Leo's here. He's actually probably right outside the door. And they've been a great support system because they know what they're doing. And
yes.
And like you, they want to educate. And it's very difficult to find people that find success who then want to educate, because most of the time you see people find success, they're taking care of their own things, which is totally fine. But it's very selfless to find that success, do everything that you're doing, and then go ahead and teach people how to do it, how to do your strategies. It takes a lot to do that. So it's pretty cool. Let's take a quick break. I want to tell you about a new way I run my business. So did you know that I was able to increase my workload and close more leads by automating my client onboarding operation over the last few months? I removed the friction points in my communication process so clients are able to approve, sign, and pay all in one go. This was all thanks to Honeybook. Honeybook is a client management software that helps businesses like yours manage and automate projects. Now, from the moment your clients are ready to say yes, they'll automatically receive the proposal, contract, and payment all in one email. So you're able to focus on getting more clients, less friction, and more deals. Thanks to Honeybook, all Hustle Inspires Hustle listeners get 50% off when you go to honeybook.com and use promo code ALEX, ALEX. Now, let's jump back into the episode. Now, for the people listening that want to sign up for your course and your program, tell us a little bit more about how they could go about it, or general information.
Yeah, absolutely. So at School of Bots, we have a couple products that we have created over the years, that really originated from our agency and like everything that we do. So our main program is called the Chatbot Agency Accelerator. And if you guys want to find out more about it, just go to schoolofbots.co/join. And that has just everything on it in terms of what we've learned at our agency over the last 3 years. And then, like I mentioned, there's two sides of the business in any agency, but especially for chatbots, you really have to understand the skill and create it for yourself of messenger marketing, of understanding how to implement this into a business, of working with another business to implement this for them. And then the business side, right? Like you're becoming an entrepreneur or you're starting a new business or adding chatbots to your existing business. So what does that look like on the sales side, as well as, just overall running your agency and all the little things you have to worry about, right?
Okay,
a lot of the stuff, that the DMM covers, since we're talking about that,
yeah.
right? Like setting up your team and, how are you going to set up your business overall? Where are you in the world? Like all these different things. So that's our main program. And actually, we have a lot of our members who are here. I keep running into them every time I go outside. Cool. So it's been really awesome to see them.
They recognize you from that. Okay.
Exactly.
One great one for you to keep an eye out that he just dropped is the Personal Brand University.
Yeah,
massive amounts of value on that one. I started taking that one like 2 weeks ago, and I just went on a binge because he shows a lot of the strategies that he uses for Dan Locke and a lot of the big guys that he uses. His Venus flight trap, his Harvester ad strategy, he's just great. So it's cool to see we're on the same ecosystem, same page. That's the purpose of this podcast, for people to understand that there are resources out there. There are people out there that do want to help you be successful. You just have to go out and find it. So guys, if you're listening to this, you already found us. Where can they find you on social media?
I am at Natasha_official. Pretty much on every platform, so feel free to reach out to me. And if you have any questions about chatbots, you can join our Facebook group, which is honestly the best place to reach me, just because then I always tell people if they reach out to me with like a really general bot question, I'm like, that's selfish. You should ask it in
the group so everybody could learn from it.
Yeah. Exactly, because everyone has the same questions ultimately.
Yeah.
So you guys can just look up School of Bots on Facebook and you'll find our group.
All right, you guys, you heard it here. This is the Hustle Inspires Hustle podcast. See you guys next week. Let's wrap up the episode. If you haven't gotten into messenger marketing yet, it's not too late. Get your bot set up and start automating your communication process today. Try ManyChat.com. Don't forget to check out honeybook.com to automate your business processes so you could get more clients and get paid faster. Get 50% off when you use code ALEX. ALEX. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to tune in. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could share with someone, review, or even subscribe to the podcast. If you want to connect with me, follow me on Instagram at Hustle Inspires Hustle. Or you could follow me on my personal, Alex Quin with one N. This is the Hustle Inspires Hustle podcast with Alex Quin.